last year, Justin Kirby really challenged me to start thinking about content marketing and the terms that are being bantied around in the marketplace and come up with a new way, a new framework to start really thinking through the different tactics that are being used in the marketplace to leverage content and content marketing in general. So I actually have spent the last 3 months, no kidding, working on the content quadrants. And this is definitely designed to clarify the terms being used in the marketplace today so that we have a better understanding of where they fit and what kinds of content fit in them, but also to create a framework on which we can build a consistent understanding of the content marketing terminology that's being used as it gets bigger and bigger, and that we can use it to communicate our objectives, our goals, the type of content we're executing, and really keep up in the evolution of the content marketing world. So this is a real inside baseball video. I hope it's helpful, but I really want to hear your thoughts. I want to aerate this idea. Tell me what you think. I want you to challenge me with the framework, and hopefully we can make this better. This is a first draft. Joe Polizzi and Robert Rose and Justin Kirby have all helped me shape these ideas. I'm hoping you can help me with that too. Let me walk you through it. Essentially, this is what I call the content quadrants. And as you can see, it looks a little complicated. I'm going to try and make it simple for you. Let's look at the x-axis first, okay? On the x-axis, you've got unbranded content, which is content as a product. The content itself is the product on the far left, and on the far right you've got branded content, where the product itself is the content, okay, or the product as the content on the right side. And if you look at the y-axis, you've got paid distribution or of that content versus owned distribution, meaning you own the platform and the audience that you generate on that at the bottom. And then you've also got in there some goals, like if it's paid, you want to raise awareness for the brand or for the product that you're raising awareness for. On the own side, you're really trying to drive demand, meaning you want more people to be interested in buying the product or service you sell as a secondary goal to creating the content. So let me walk you through the key pieces. I also want to point out that in the middle, you've got earned, okay? So you've got paid, owned, and earned. And in the middle is the earned, kind of social, viral nature of these assets, if you can consider that, where it might even take something that's unbranded or branded and all of a sudden turn into something bigger. So let me go through these. I want to make sure you see that there's a difference on the top of the line between campaigns and the bottom of the line between commitments. Campaigns being finite, investment of time and energy to raise awareness for something and get people aware of it, versus a commitment to an ongoing relationship with an audience over time, which is on the bottom half of this piece. So let's go through and first start with the top left quadrant here. This is native advertising. I think it fits into the unbranded, meaning you're not the primary brand, and the less branded it is, maybe the more effective it is. I'm going to try to keep my opinion out of this, but you can see where I think native advertising fits. Now, the goal here is to be able to plot specific things against it. So on the paid, raise awareness, unbranded side, maybe you have Shell Oil's Washington Post Brand Connect piece of content. You can see here it says sponsored generated content. They've already obviously paid for this placement. The goal is to raise awareness of two specific programs they've created, Smarter Driving and Target 1 million, and they created this piece of content, they being Shell, and then paid for it to be distributed so it would raise awareness through the Washington Post. So this is unbranded in the sense that it's not on Shell's platform. It does have their brand in there, obviously, and it's native advertising because they paid for that placement, and it's a campaign. They don't do this every week, so it's not on an ongoing basis. So that's the top left, branded content as a product and a paid distribution of that, okay? Now let's look at the right side of that top half. You've got raise awareness on the y-axis, and on the x, it's the branded content itself. You've got the content, the product is the content. And you can fit Dove's Real Beauty campaign up here. It's a campaign, a finite investment over time to raise awareness for Dove and their Real Beauty commitment. You could also fit in the Volvo Trucks Epic Split content that was created by Volvo Trucks, a huge investment in creating content that was about the product or service. Again, remember, this is the product as the content, and it was designed to raise awareness of both of those things. Now, there are lots of other examples of these. I'm just trying to give you some top level ones, okay? Now, let's go down to the bottom half of the quadrant. Remember, these are not campaigns, these are commitments to an audience, ongoing content on a regular basis. And on the left side, you have what I call content brands. Content brands are different than branded content. It's where the content is first and foremost the brand that you're creating. So Food and Family magazine by Kraft, Food and Family is the brand that you subscribe to. And you can see here, if you click on their website and say subscribe, they ask you to pay for a subscription to a magazine, and you can do that online. And all of a sudden, they're trying to take a subscriber in the unbranded content as a product, owning that audience, right? And turning those subscribers into customers and buying those products. So moving from left to right on the chart here. And that's a property they own. That content they create on a regular basis, designed to turn subscribers into customers. And finally, on the right bottom here, you have essentially the customer experience. This is where the product is the content, and you're leveraging content to build that relationship with the customer in the hopes that they buy more often. You're driving demand by getting them excited about it. Starwood's Hotels app, this is a great example of it. There are lots and lots of Nike's GPS enabled content, even iTunes and Apple using imagery taken by their audience to promote the products they create on billboards that might fit into the customer experience here. And this is all about that customer experience. Coca-Cola Journey fits in it here. It is branded content. The product is the content, and it's designed to enhance the customer experience. If you love Coca-Cola, if you love the products or the merchandise that they create, you're really interested in the Coca-Cola Journey. And they create content on an ongoing basis. It's a commitment to that audience. So this is the framework I've tried to create to help with Justin Kirby's discussion about the difference between branded content and content brands. I hope this is even bigger than that you understand maybe where native advertising fits, where the customer experience kind of content fits, and where content marketing in general fits in the content quadrants. Content marketing is the umbrella. It's all of this inside there. So customer experience should even include things like your drip campaign or the content you're creating on a regular basis to build a relationship with an audience so that they trust your brand and eventually buy from you. And none of this is bad stuff. It's just very different, and I'm hoping this helps clarify it. Please let me know what you think. Write a comment below, ask me a question, challenge me on this framework. I'm really hoping to talk about this at Content Marketing World this year on a whole session about content brands. So let me know what you think, and I'll incorporate your thinking and give you credit, of course. So thank you so much for taking the time. Let me know what you think of the content quadrants.